Hello and welcome back to Rampage.
Yo, I've always hated Rampage.
I love
Like I
Rampage.
said, not a
What are you
fan of
talking
random
about?
destruction.
Rampage is the best. You just turn on
Never
the
liked
brain
it.
and wreck shit.
We've always had it and never liked it. But again, I don't like fighting games. I don't like random destruction.
It's not random. They're pissed. They were experimenting
Oh man.
on.
Oh man, so speaking of fighting
It's
games.
pretty random.
Speaking
Okay,
of
how
fighting
not
games.
random? Arbitrary.
Speaking of random games, what?
So I went to an anime convention just a week ago. It was A-Kon, if anyone's been there, they'll okay. But anyway, so the point is sorry. Okay, so the point is, I went to the convention and I actually got to meet the English voice actor for Ryu from Street Fighter.
Really?
Yeah,
Does he sound like Ryu?
only when he wants to.
Okay. Because, you know, there's some voice
Turns out-
actors that always sound like their character.
Turns out he actually lives in Louisiana.
Really?
Yeah.
Random.
Yeah, no,
Great.
they don't like fly him out to LA or anything. He just, you know, he gets in a recording studio, he records a bunch of noises, and he sends it back.
I always wonder with the people who record audio from video games, especially fighting games,
They have
if it's
to make
just really awkward. Because 90% of the
You're
audio clips
literally-
are just like
yeah.
weird grunts.
you're literally just sitting in the booth making like 5 different noises for every single like action and hit you might take.
Okay, this just reminded me of something that 100% exists in Japan. Boys love CDs. Which, okay, first of all, there's character CDs where they'll like have conversations as the anime characters, but it's separate from the anime. In addition to that, there will also be recordings where they are... It's yaoi. It is just straight up audio of two guys
Thank you
going
very
at
much.
it. And I'm like,
No
that
more
has to be
pretending.
really weird to record.
Oh my god.
Like, I only listened to one because my friend sent it to me because she was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, oh Jesus. I was not prepared for this. You did not prepare me for this.
See, that is... Who had that idea? Because that's a really odd idea.
Well, have you seen, Yaoi fans? They will spend money on that.
Okay, alright.
She's not wrong. She's definitely not wrong.
I'm not gonna say anything more.
I'm
Hey,
not gonna-
you know,
I'm not
I
gonna
want to know if
name
this is
any
a
names.
universal thing, Wolf. Does your con have pushy Yaoi salesmen? Where occasionally they'll just pull out a flag that says Yaoi and just start screaming that they have Yaoi for sale, and then everyone should come buy some Yaoi.
Okay, that's not pushy, that's just emphatic.
No, like, you're like trying to walk by and be like, oh, that's the porn section of the con. I really don't want to look over there. And be like, hey,
Oh yeah,
Yaoi!
most cons I go to don't really have like a specified porn section.
No, it'll just
It's
be like
either a
booths.
family-friendly thing, or more likely, they just kind of throw it in with everything else.
Yeah, that's how it is at Azen. Just thrown in. I haven't had a run-in with
I
the
do
pushy
remember-
Yaoi salesman
I
recently.
do remember the first time I went to A-Kon, I ran into an artist I actually recognized, and like, I was talking to her, and she was like, I totally have like an NSFW notebook that you can look through if you want. It was warranted by the conversation. It wasn't just completely random and out of nowhere.
Like, hey, do you
just
want to look
getting
at my
that out there.
porn?
Hey, you want to look at my porn? Yeah, no.
Freedom! So, this big monster...
Okay, so there's only
That the best?
4
We were
rebels.
short on time, and he is good at smashing things. Doesn't look like much.
That's all they need, Ariel. Don't underestimate them.
4 rebels and a titan.
Sorry,
Ah, yeah.
I will leave you to it for a long time. He's the only
Is he gonna
But
kick the
aren't
wall
we-
down? Because I feel like he should kick the wall down. Yeah, that
And
wall
now
right there.
everybody is hearing the horns in their head.
Actually, damn it, Wolf!
I was actually
like,
making the
I'm not
noise,
gonna
but...
get that stuck in my head. And yet. No, here's Diego, here's Adora, here's their monkey. It doesn't
Okay,
think it's gonna work!
as long as we're on the topic of, is this Attack on Titan, I was so disappointed with all the hype that was, because I was still using Tumblr at the time, all of the hype, and then we actually watched it, and we were just like, it's okay, and then we got a recap episode halfway through the first season, and we were like, okay, we're done. Not interested enough to continue. I'm gonna watch something that's dark, but way more anime and less realistic, in quotes. So I watched Danganronpa, and then we watched Dead Man Wonderland.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because we're like, okay, this is psychologically dark and all, but there's too much focus on trying to make it realistic that it's not enjoyable.
Like, what? I didn't actually watch it. What they do to make it realistic?
Well, it's just that, like, they all respond. They're all very fragile, realistically. They all get killed realistically. Even the art style, everyone has realistic hair colors and eye colors and general shapes and everything.
What kind of anime is this?
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, this is pretty and all, but I want my anime to be ridiculous. That's why we jumped to Danganronpa, which is an everyone dies anime with people who have blue hair and somebody who has like 14-inch long spiked afro hair and a mole man, like just, and a talking bear. Robots.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That sums it up.
I just discovered at this point, when this episode airs, I think it will actually have started airing, that they have made they're making a new anime for Danganronpa that is not based on any of the games. And I was like, huh, why is the first time hearing about this through a loot anime survey? Anyway, that's enough weeb shit for one episode.
Nah, let's talk about more weeb shit. So,
Wolf has spoken.
Alright, fair enough. You must have been about to talk about weeb shit.
yeah, no, apparently
Why
in
did
this, apparently in this level it only takes 2 hits on water to get pulled under.
Okay,
Weird.
but in all the other water, you were tall enough to not have a problem.
Yeah, that's because this water's deeper.
Okay,
I find
but
it
why
odd
though?
that you're still getting killed
You're,
by water.
you're still
even
by
though
the
this is
shore.
This is like an ethereal realm, isn't it? How
Aren't
you
you
have a physical
inside a
form?
I
mind
am.
inside a mind, or is this not inside a mind inside a mind? Are we just in one mind?
No,
or-
it's just
We
one
are
mind.
in one
Just
mind.
one mind. Unless you count being inside your own mind inside someone's mind. In
Well,
which
I
case-
mean, if you're having that symptom where you no longer recognize yourself as yourself, the dissociative kind of stuff, then, you know, probably.
This has been Psycho Not Psychoanalysis with the Pixel Comscore.
A moment of science. Except not, because I can never remember the I can only remember the descriptions of terms. I can never remember the actual names.
It's not science until you use obscure jargon nobody would know unless
I'm
they read it.
sorry, I only know what it actually does, and that it's definitely a schizophrenia symptom, but it's probably a symptom of something else too.
That's something I have realized lately. I used to like take pride in the amount of jargon I knew, but that doesn't actually make me any smarter. Just because I know words people don't know the definition of because they haven't studied this for years.
Okay, see, I have the problem. Like, I have this problem with psychology, like just now, and with foreign languages. I can't straight up memorize terms. I can tell you what it does. I can tell you applications. Like, in foreign languages, I've got the grammar down pat. Can only remember like 10 words, but I can conjugate any verb you give me.
I can conjugate like mama.
Like, even in Japanese.
I only
Kanji,
know 10 words, but I know those 10 words really fucking well.
no, don't know the 10 words well, but I can make a goddamn perfect sentence with them. That's why I said, like, everyone else struggles with grammar and can do vocabulary, and I'm like, I can't do straight memorization, I need to have applications. And it's really weird, and I don't know how it happens.
That would make German really difficult for you. Because
Not
you
really,
basically
because they
just
can
have to-
combine words. Because I'm great with prefixes and suffixes, and every word in German is a prefix and a suffix.
Well, yeah, but no. The big problem isn't that. It's, oh, what was it? Oh, yeah, it's the fact that, like, you have to remember not just when the word "the" is necessary, but which form of the word "the" is
No,
necessary.
that I can do. I couldn't tell you what word it goes with, but I can tell you when to use which one.
No, but that's the thing. Okay, yeah, no, that's the thing. You have to remember which words they go with. Because,
well, I wouldn't
like,
remember what the words mean, is the thing. I can do
Yeah.
applications, and I can't do straight memorization.
well, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, every word has... It's... Okay. Every word is masculine, neuter, or feminine.
Same with Latin.
Or plural.
Yeah,
And the
same-
problem
same
is
with
there's
Latin.
a different "the" for each one, but it's not obvious just by knowing what the word means, which article goes with it.
Yeah, I know, but there's rules for when it's used, and because there are rules for when it's used, I would be fine with it.
Yeah, but you still have to remember which form of "the."
Yes,
Not just,
that
not
I can
just
remember.
case-sensitive.
Grammar rules I can do.
How can you remember which Z goes with which word if you can't remember all the Z's?
I can remember all the these because it's a rule. Just like I can remember conjugations.
Okay, alright, then just assume that a word is a rule for what that word means.
No,
There you
because
go.
there's no application.
You apply the word spoon when you're talking about a spoon, that's an application.
It's not, like, I don't know how to describe it better than that. Like, I can learn grammar rules easier than straight up memorizing a list of words.
I understand, I'm just being a dick.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Like, so
Okay, there's
you'll
only 5
memorize.
thes,
You'll
and there's a rule for each the, so I would remember it.
not really.
Even if it's as stupid as I before E except after C, except every word where that's
No, it's not
true.
really. It's not really like that. It's more like you just have to remember. Oh, this "the" goes with this word.
Okay, but there's more
Specifically,
than
it's got
5
nothing-
words.
Well, yeah, okay. That's
So there
my
has
point.
to be a rule for it.
Well, kind of. Only kind of. You just have to memorize which words. Okay. The rule is actually there's a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules for which version of "the" to use. So it depends on the case, and it depends on the gender of the word. It also depends on whether or not it's plural or singular. It also depends on whether or not it's possessive. It
Yo,
also
bro.
depends on whether or not it is in
Bro,
a
have
preposition.
you even Latined, bro? Because you can conjugate literally everything in Latin. And it all
Yeah?
depends on what everything else is.
Yeah, no.
Your 5
it's-
these, that's nothing.
Okay, yes, but it's not the number of these. It's remembering which "the" goes with which word. Because it's not about where in the sentence the word is. That's only half of the puzzle. It's also which word it is.
No, see,
So you
that's,
have to-
that's the
you
shit
have-
I thrive on, though.
So what you're
Like-
saying is, you'll be like, I don't remember what this word means,
Hey,
but I
I
can
can
tell
say
you.
one sentence, one complete sentence in German. It's a nonsense sentence, and now I have to think of what it actually is.
So what you're saying is, you'll be
Das
like,
ist
I
ein
don't.
Kartoffel. So if it's about Kartoffel or Essen, I can make a sentence with it.
Eating potatoes, all right. But no, it's just like So what you're saying is, you'll be like, I don't know what this word means, but I do know that it is a masculine word.
Yes,
and
that is my
therefore-
problem with Japanese. I'm like, I can't tell you what the sentence means, but I can tell you exactly what case and form every word is in.
Wow, that's
And with
That's
Latin,
really
too,
inconvenient.
because, again, everything can be conjugated in Latin.
Yeah.
I hated Latin. Latin was
Just,
terrible.
yeah. It's also annoying because in German there's literally like there's an exception to like every single rule.
Okay, honestly, I've realized this because I've been listening to... We're going to be seeing Rammstein in July. And when I listen to German, I'm like, you know, I feel like I could understand this. I don't feel that way with Japanese, even though I can understand part of it, but when you're listening to it, it requires so much focus. When I'm listening to German, I'm like, I feel like I would be able, like, I should understand this. Like, I don't get it, except that English is a Germanic language, but even then, a lot of words are different from German.
And I mean, I will say, like, pretty much that's the hard part, is remembering which article goes with which word. That is the hard part of it. Everything else is just, you just know, oh, this word means this. Okay.
Yeah,
and
and that's where I would be
a
screwed.
lot of the time, you can just common sense it.
Yeah.
In fact, it's really funny because a lot of the more complex words are. We do this in English as well, but a lot of the more complex words are just combinations.
Yeah, that's what I was
simpler
talking
words.
about when I said that I'm
And
good
we
with
do
prefixes
that.
and suffixes.
Yeah, and we
And
do
German
that.
just throws words together to make other
Yeah.
words.
We do that. They do that a hell of a lot more.
I literally just saw a post about this, that, like, gloves are hand shoes,
Gloves are hand
And-
shoes.
kittens are cat babies, which makes sense.
A typewriter is a writing machine.
Pear, or light bulb, light is light pear, or something.
Hell, a pen is an ink writer.
Yeah, see, that's the thing with German that I think would make it the easiest for me to learn, is
You
that
just
half of the
learn
words
the
are just
smaller
other words
words,
stuck
and-
together.
I just noticed what Coach Oleander was doing there when he shot that beam. He had his hands back to back and was wiggling his middle fingers.
That should be a hand sign in Naruto. But I looked it up. The I before E rule is broken by 923
Yep.
words, and it's followed by 44.
Yep. That's why it's always
There
brought
are
up as like
fewer
the
words.
worst grammar rule ever, when literally every word breaks it. Except for the ones that follow it.
What?
And what's great is the version that we memorized, or the version that my parents taught me, listed off exceptions, but only like 20 exceptions. So, it'd be like I before E except after C, or it sounded like A is a neighbor and way with these exceptions. And then it would list off 20 words, and I'm like, okay, but...
English is stupid.
Yep, pretty stupid.
I admit it. It's a stupid language. But most languages are stupid in their own way.
It's part of why it's so obscenely complicated, is because one, English, as originating from Anglo-Saxon, is Germanic. But then we borrowed words from French because of when France kind of sort of had a lot of power in England for a while, like beef is based on the French word for cow and stuff like that. And then we took things from Spanish and Latin and just every language. We just took things from every other language and tried to make it into a functional language. So of course there's gonna be some problems.
And now we just take words that mean one thing and use them wrong until they mean something else.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm pretty much.
Yep. Literally. Like, I'm literally not breathing right now.
Okay, but literally is just used to emphasize that you're exaggerating, pretty much. Like, I feel like it's just I use it ironically, unless I'm actually trying to say, no, this is actually true. So, that's why nobody can tell when I'm being sarcastic or not.
Well, seems to me that's your fault.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you could use that to your advantage.
Oh, well,
Why'd the
you're climbing
tower
nothing.
disappear?
And the tower's gone. Yep.
Don't worry about it. No, no,
It's
no,
back.
oh,
Gone.
no.
It's
no.
back.
You good? You need a minute?
Everything I touch dies!
You know, this seems kind of endgamey, but I know that there's a lot more episodes.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we should have found out that the coach was the main antagonist this early.
Fine. Take control of this freaky toad. I don't need him to
No, we've still got to go rescue everyone.
got the brain of a little girl back in my
Nah,
lab
they're
and
fine.
blowing up the power of a whole army of psycho-blaster death tanks. Huh?
Why is he wearing that? I'm missing some context here.
Brain of a little girl.
I said in my lab.
I think you've got the muscles of a little girl too.
Good one.
Okay, better question though. Why are the eye holes glowing?
Because they
It's a
can.
bug. Alright, now time to kill you all.
Yay! I'm so glad that 4 of you are celebrating.
Who is that?
It is I, the creature whose spirit was once, over here. Behind you. Yes.
Oh,
The creature whose spirit was once enslaved by the evil one. You have unchained my soul. And now
Okay, if I went
free
evil
you,
and I possess a lungfish,
child.
I wouldn't need people.
great.
'Cause,
Really?
Okay, show me what you did to my friend Lily.
I mean, if I wanted to kill them, I'd kill them, sure, but eating them is like, it's not really something that I would like to do no matter what form I was in. Just saying.
Well, he's not really eating people so much as using his stomach to carry them across the lake. Well, okay,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
but
Using her
digestion?
stomach to carry them across the lake.
When it is your wish
So,
to travel
okay, but where's is the girl gone?
may return
I think she was probably spat out already.
me with that.
Thanks, hulking lungfish. You know, you really aren't as hideous as people say.
Nope, no, he is. He's absolutely as hideous as people say. Don't lie.
The name given to me.
Ryan, it's what's on the
What
inside
name is
that
that,
counts.
noble lake creature?
I think you heard that wrong.
You sure?
The Muppet
What a
Muppet
magical
girl would
lake.
beg to differ.
Nah, I think she'd be cool with it.
No, she wants to prevent other people from, you know, having the same fate.
Maybe.
So I just picked